You can't say the things you'd say on a football field in the classroom, obviously.
Yeah. That's the biggest lesson I learned. Hey guys, today I got a very special guest, Coach Hile. Thank you, Coach, for coming on.
Thank you for having me. It's just good to see you.
Good to see you.
Get my Joe Rogan on.
Yeah. First question, explain how we know each other.
How we know each other? Well, it started off with football. I still remember the day like yesterday.
Yeah.
When you came into my classroom and your eyes were this big.
Yeah.
I knew you were coming, but I didn't tell you because I wanted you to ask me if you wanted to be a football manager. I didn't want to just tell you you had it. So, and then you said you were interested in being a football manager.
Yeah.
And I think I gave you a couple questions just to make you sweat.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then of course we've been friends ever since.
Coach Hile has really been there for me.
That was all you, buddy. You just wanted to be a football manager, and you did a great job. Remember getting the yellows?
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris, where are my yellows at?
Yeah.
And you had a lot of fun with the boys?
That was a lot of fun. I remember that night that was like when we were lunches and I just started screaming.
Yeah, that was a fun game and a good win. Then you remember the next week when we played Mayfair and everybody was sick?
Yeah.
The whole team was sick, remember that?
I just remember when winning league in West Covina.
It was fun, huh? Tell you guys dumped water on me and I got sick.
How long have you been a special ed teacher?
I've been at Claremont High School teaching now for 18 years.
Wow.
Yeah, getting old, huh?
In the past 18 years of teaching, what lessons have you
The subjects
learned?
or lessons from teaching the students. It's very similar to the football field. Of course, you can't say the things you'd say on a football field in the classroom, obviously.
Yeah.
It's the same type of thing. You got to find a way to motivate the kids to get their work done and try to bring the best out of them.
Did anyone tell you that I was gonna ask you, or you just saw
Now,
me?
one of the staff members told me that you were going to ask. And I was like, that's cool. I thought, that's awesome that he's got the drive to come and ask.
Yeah.
You're a freshman, first of all. You're scared as a freshman, you know what I mean? I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to make it easy for you. I wanted you to, just like anybody else that would come and want to be a manager, have to go through the whole thing. And you had the initiative to do it, and you did it. And you did a great job.
Yeah. Was I like the first to ask you with a disability?
Yeah, I believe you were. I'm trying to rack my brain, but I think you were. And on top of that, what I also liked is you were also the first boy. It was mainly girls that wanted to be the manager. So I thought that was awesome. I said, he's a young man and he's got a disability. He's no different from anybody else. So he can come and do it. So those are the two things that I really liked, and I thought it'd be good for you for the extracurricular activity at school.
I loved it because it taught me a lot about culture and the team. And I remember I see all these
big guys. Yeah, pretty big. Wesley, we had Carson. We had some big dudes out there. Now, you got lucky because those last couple of years, that was, not only were those guys good football players, they were good kids. They were a really good group.
I remember I was asking them to help me with a toy, and it was before practice, and they're like, yeah, of course.
And that's what it's all about, is you made a ton of new friends, didn't you?
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. Now you got friends for life. Well, that's the beauty of the football and the teaching, is you make relationships for life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got students now that, they have kids, they're getting married, and, you get to see their life, their careers. It's a lot of fun, like this. Seeing you do this.
I remember you were saying one practice, have you ever heard the game of life? Because life ain't gonna be easy, and that just stuck with me too.
To me, that was the beauty of football. You could take any aspect of football, and you can take almost any aspect of life, and you can find a similarity one way or another.
Yeah.
Football and life really mirror each other, and that's what I really liked. It was always fun to show you guys the similarities.
Yeah, that's what I really appreciated.
Now, do you notice that? Do you notice anything you learned in football, and now you're seeing it in life?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, huh?
When life gets hard, I go back to a Pacific practice and be like, oh, this is what he's saying, and I look back and I'm like, he was right.
What was my saying? Smartest dumb guy you'll ever meet, right?
Yeah, you always said if you want to do something, you're not always gonna get it. When you don't get it right, you pick yourself up and say, how can I make this better for myself? And how can I not make no mistake again?
You don't want to make this mistake again.
So,
Remember we talk about feeling sorry for yourself if you're having a tough day. Life don't care. Your bills aren't going to feel sorry for you.
That's the biggest lesson I learned, especially with football. Not everything is gonna turn out the way you expected. It's all about how you really adapt.
Life might turn out the way you expect, but it's never going to be from here to here. It's going to be here and way down here, and then you'll get there. And that's the way it goes.
It's always gonna be a roller coaster, and wrong with the punches and.
So we'd always talk about handling adversity, remember? Because that's all life is. You're going to have adversity through everything, so you got to be able to handle it. In high school, I always tell the boys, the team that makes the fewest mistakes, has the fewest penalties, and has the fewest turnovers will usually win the game, unless just something happens or the other team is just that much better than you. But if you can control those three things, the mistakes, the penalties, and the turnovers, you're going to win a lot more games than you're going to lose. You remember what our saying was, what our little slogan was that we had on the back of the shirts? Be comfortable with uncomfortable, right?
When you meet different people in your life, you get to know them, and even though you might not like what they have to say, you have to listen to their advice because they're making you better.
Always take the good from people. Always take the good. And I always tell the football boys or students in the classroom, you know, the worst thing you could have is somebody, like if you did something wrong and I just walked by you and I didn't say anything. That's the worst thing that happens, because then somebody doesn't, they don't care no more. But when your parents, like your parents, when you do something wrong, it's the first thing they do. They correct you because they care about you. And the day that somebody stops doing that, it's a bad day for you. Your mom and dad are trying to correct you because they don't want you to make the mistakes that they've made. They're trying to show you better. The hard part is teenagers don't understand that. Teenagers think they know everything. And you're trying to explain to a teenager, look, I've been where you are. I've done it. I know to do this and that. But teenagers think, oh, you're an old person. You're dumb. You don't know what you're doing. And that's part of it too. So it takes a good person to, like you said, to take the advice when somebody gives it to you, because somebody's taking the time to give you advice. They're usually trying to teach you something that they learned the hard way.
I see football players walking up to special needs kids and saying hello, like.
Well, we made a big deal. Remember, we would do the best buds. Remember, at lunch, and the football boy did it. I think once a month we did it. The football boys would come and spend lunch with best buddies, and we had a great time. You know, so I thought it was always great when the special needs student got to interact with the gen ed students and vice versa. I thought it was just good for everybody. And the football players enjoyed it as well. It wasn't just, it was both ways. Everybody enjoyed it. You know what I mean? And that's the way it should be.
And I hope that continues.
Well, I remember I think it was my last year there, we had a student with disabilities as a team manager, which was you. We had a student with disabilities as a cheerleader, and then we had a student with disabilities on the film crew. So I thought we were off to a good start. You know, you're getting everybody involved one way or another, doing the things that they liked. You know, whether it was a team manager or a cheerleader or a film crew. But people were getting involved, and it was good.
When I saw the other kids do it, that made me so happy.
Well, you kind of started it, and then other people saw that you were doing it and could do it.
But thank you so much, Coach, for coming on today.
Oh, thank you. It was good to see you.
I really hope you enjoyed the video, and any last words?
I'm just proud of you. Proud of what you're doing. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
And that's what it's about. You're doing great, Chris. I love you.
Love you too. All right, guys. See you later. Bye.